I got my little cousin get recruited. I trained him, and man, they asking for mid season. I mean, we not mid season yet. Next week be mid season, but they asking for the mid season highlights already. So I sent them out to them. So they want it. So it's a job, bro. So I'm making sure I stay on it for the kids I train.
One of my
I haven't seen some of the Jacob stuff out, man.
One of my receivers, me and him had a good conversation Friday before the game. And he was like, yeah, coach. He said, man, some schools had asked. They was like, man, they want to see my midseason highlight tape. He said, so I'm going to probably do that next week. I'm going to just go ahead and send it out. That's how recruiting is now, man. You know, it's all technology now, man. You have to be on it.
Yeah, and that's what I was explaining to Kenyatta one day. I said, man, make sure your Twitter is active. Make sure you posting highlights. Make sure you do everything to do. Put yourself out there now, man. Because this is real. Keep
your Twitter clean. Keep your Twitter clean. I've seen kids have scholarships pulled for putting all that crazy stuff on Twitter.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, look, these college coaches, they go through all your likes. They seeing what you be tweeting, what you be retweeting. I'm telling you, bro. I mean, preach to these kids. Keep your Twitter clean. That's the first thing these college coaches look at. Just to see your background, see what type of kid you are.
I'm going to make sure I post this part of the interview. I'm writing down the time that we discussed this because that is very important, Coach, because, you know, we're right at the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to make sure I edit this part and make sure I post it because that's very important because we don't want to see a talented kid get overlooked or lose out on the opportunity because of something crazy that you post on Twitter.
Right.
And trust me, trust and believe me. My Twitter ain't the cleanest. I'm just being honest with you because I ain't nobody recruiting me. I got my own business. You know what I'm saying? So I can pretty much say what I want to say. You know what I'm saying? I can put my thoughts and opinions out there because nobody's over me. I mean, I'm not trying to be cocky or anything, but that's just the reality of the situation. You know, y'all got to understand that whatever field that you're going into, you got to understand the rules and the regulations that go into that, right? You know what I'm saying? You want to be free. You want to be a free person, yeah, but when you choose a certain path, you got to be able to adjust and be able to adapt to whatever that you're facing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like some things you just can't do. You know, me and Coach Fleet, we work with athletes. So there's a certain line I'm not going to cross because I know that our kids are watching us. That's the same thing with y'all, man. Like, y'all know these colleges is watching y'all. So you got to understand that maybe retweeting retweeting or quoting some NBA young boy might not be the best decision. You know what I'm saying? That might not be the best decision, man, because you know some of his lyrics is out there. You might not mean nothing by it. You could be tweeting lyrics, but at the same time, this college coach might not understand that. Brian Kelly might not understand no NBA young boy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand is that your career is on the line. Every move that you do, even the things that you do when you go home. If you out there in the streets, leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Because the path that you're going on now is a path that can save your life, that can take care of your family the rest of their life if it works out well for you. And not only that, if it, everybody's not going to the league, but that's a good experience. That's a good experience to set you up with connections for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
It's
like
time
we talked about like a while back. I mean, if it went a while back recently, like, man, each level of success you get requires another level of maturity. Each level of success requires a level of maturity because you got to realize what's at stake.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to teach Ken and other kids, like, man, you got to know what's at stake. You see your future. This ain't coming back around. Like, when you in this position, you are blessed to be in this position at this point in time.
Right.
You got to attack this point in time. Like, we all know we didn't play football, We didn't see guys come through this parish. Especially our parish, Tangible Hope Parish. NFL grade A talent,
Right.
But they just didn't have the maturity for the success that was coming that way.
We played with a guy we know could have went to the league.
Yeah.
Now, me and you might have been up in the air. It depends on how hard we to work. But we know we played with a certified NFL talent caliber player, but he just wasn't
able. With a couple of 4 or 5.
He just wasn't able. But you know the one I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about. This dude he was ready.
God bless him. I want to slap him every time I see him. But he had all the talent in the world, man. Couldn't get the grades together. He didn't have the mindset. But the most talented player I have ever seen come through Tangipahoa Parish. You know what I'm saying? And it just comes down to your mindset. It comes down to how bad you want it and what you're willing to sacrifice, man. Because we done seen time and time again, especially in Tangipahoa Parish, the athletes come through. They may get in a little trouble, ruin their scholarship, or whatever the case may be, man. Look, we rooting for y'all. This is not
each town got a story, got to do with that story. Each town.
Yeah, you're right. It's just not Tangipahoa Parish, but that's our focus. We all products of Tangipahoa Parish. You know, Coach Matlin played out there, LaRonja. Me and Fleet played out there at Hammer High. So we all big brothers. This ain't no coming down party. You know what I'm saying? This is mainly to lift y'all up, because we want to see y'all do better than what we did and what some of the people that we came playing with did. This is all positivity at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this: them kids actually, most of these kids are attacking that opportunity today because they didn't see some few dudes make. They seen Tay with the Heisman. They seen Robert make it from Hammond to Southeastern to the pros. Like they seen Ty J the experience. They see the Carter kid out there in Kenwood. Like they got hope for this stuff. Salina got a player out there now.
I'm gonna cut you right there, Will. Devontae Smith, what he done for this parish. I just want to highlight him for right now. Because for the longest, we kind of possible. We seen some great talent come through. It never went nowhere. So maybe it just it was just something hanging over our parish. I say him and Robert Alford broke that barrier for us. And now these kids that's playing now in our parish, they see hope. They know that it's possible. And that's what Devontae Smith done for our parish. I think we need to retire his number throughout the whole parish. I don't think nobody should be able to wear that number at any school in Tangipahoa Parish. Because what he did, he not only did he go over there and ball, he won the Heisman, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not only did he ball, he won the Heisman. A man for Tangipahoa Parish won the Heisman. That was one of the happiest days of my life. And I don't even like any dudes like that. I'm just being honest with you. They some arrogant winners, man. They some arrogant winners. But what he did for our parish, bro, it can't even be measured, man. He gave these kids hope, dog, that it's possible. And we see it in their work ethic when they come out there and train with us now. We see it. We see the difference. Like, we see these kids, young as 12 years old, out there working hard for this because they see that their dream is possible. And that's something that we didn't necessarily see when we was playing, because we seen all these talented guys, but we never seen nobody make it big really like that. Like talking about it, not really.
Right. Everybody going to Southwest.
Everybody was going to Southwest, or they may just got in some trouble, or whatever the case. And no disrespect to like Southwest or any JUCO, but that just was kind of the ceiling at the time. You know what I'm saying? The ceiling was kind of like people was going to Southwest and kind of striking out. You know what I'm saying? And that says there's no disrespect, because you can find your way through JUCO, through what is it called? NIA or whatever the case be.
NAIA.
So it's a path for everybody, but we just trying to show you what has happened and what's possible. So a lot of our kids know now that it's possible because of the Devontae Smith, because of the Cam Dantzler. Shout out to Cam Dantzler. I pray that he answer my DM. I want to get him on here. He with the Saints now, out of St. Thomas High School. He a Hammond High native. No, I'm sorry, a Hammond native, but he went to St. Thomas.
Cool.
Shout out to him, man. So they see these guys now, and they know that it's possible. If anybody watching this live can get in touch with Cam Dantzler, tell him I DM him on Instagram. He know who I am, and I want him on the show, man. It'll be a blessing to have him, bro. A lot of our kids definitely look up to him. Devontae Smith, Tajay Spears is another one. You can think of anybody else, Will?
Man, I gotta find that Salina guy, man. But he off of the tackle out there.
Oh, Osiris Torrance.
Yeah. Torrance.
Yeah, my
guy that transferred to Florida.
My O-line coach, that's at U High now. He coached him at St. Helena. He was there with Johnny Feathers with the head coach, and they had coach Big Boy. Mm-hmm. Man,
shout out to Salina too, man. They got a safety for Nebraska for Salina, man. He started Nebraska number 8.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot his name too. He had a good game.
Yeah, Singleton.
Yeah, that's his name.
I think his last
name. I know he played quarterback for them. He was there.
I didn't know about him, but I see Mickey, but I see Mickey Joseph is recruiting Louisiana hard up there in Nebraska, boy. He had Trey Palmer. Oh, shit, Trey Palmer as well. Trey Palmer is balling this year, doing pretty well. I don't know what he did in the regular season so far, but I know he had a good preseason with the Bucks. So you know they starting to see all these guys now, man. So that's giving them inspiration, you know, because I know what that would have done for us if we would have seen more of our fellow tangible athletes and even Helena athletes that made it. And that does a lot, because you know, if you could see somebody that look like you, that's from where you from, do it, that does a lot to your psyche. You know what I'm saying? It does a lot. Just like me. Right. I saw a guy in our area have a trucking company, so that inspired me. I'm like, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. And there ain't no hate. That just actually relatability. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, I see my man getting it over there, so I know I can get it. You know what I'm saying? I seen Coach Fleet start training and start getting his body back in shape. So guess what? I said, well, I see Coach Fleet doing it. So guess what? I'm about to get my body back in shape. I'm about to start back training these athletes and helping Coach Fleet out. So, you know, it's each one teach one. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we got to be careful what we do, too. And, you know, and I can say that to myself. I try to watch things that I do so that our athletes and our kids won't do some of those things, you know?